Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I just want to say y'all are blowing up the last video. I appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and you get more episodes of the podcast. And it gives me a huge boost to actually do more of these videos. So I really appreciate it, guys. But on to the social commentary. Popular TikToker with over 14 million followers, Keith motherfucking Lee, a professional MMA fighter at that, and he's a huge food critic, and he's made most of his, his content doing that stuff. He went to Atlanta, and Atlanta did not like it. And it's kind of funny though, because like people just expected him to just be like, oh my god, it's Atlanta, they have the best things in the world. But at the end of the day, he is like what we all are. We're all critics in our own right. And sure enough, people are not having it. The restaurants he went to, and this is by popular demand, either hundreds of people were asking it, or for the main fact that these companies themselves, these restaurants, were asking him to come to them. And they got upset that he didn't like the experience he got. That is so dumb to me. Like, just starting that off, that is so dumb. The fact that you got mad that you wanted a dude so bad to review it, because Keith Lee is not just like he's a little food critic. He has such a huge outcome to make or break a business. We've seen that power before. We have seen him just giving these reviews and just bombarding these places after his review, if it was good or if it was not. And he's not getting paid for this stuff. And I do have some points that I do criticize Keith for, but at the same time, it's mostly on these restaurants and the Atlanta culture that it is. He simply just spoke his word. Like, Keith Lee is probably one of the realest dudes out there that's going to tell you straight up. I'm going to tell you straight up. But at the same time, it's like people don't want to listen to that. They just want to hear like, oh my God, can you just please give us like a nice, review, and, we can all be cool with that. He's like, no, I'm going to give you the authentic me, and I hope you guys give me the authentic you. And they showed themselves. There were places out there that just didn't want to serve him. Like, oh no, there was like, he went to a Little Baby's restaurant. They didn't do nothing. The fact that they didn't want to clean out their like grease traps and all that stuff, because you can't mix with it. He can't have shellfish, whatnot. Yeah, it's part of the food service industry. And there's another one of these that I'll talk to right now, but it's the food service industry. You're supposed to accommodate to these people so you can have, money in your pocket, so you can pay your employees and, not be done. And this is the thing I'll get into with like the culture when it comes to just people slapping their name on something and then just expecting it to go. And the fact that like, yeah, it's a Little Baby's restaurant stuff doesn't mean it's good. You guys are waiting hours in line for some of these restaurants. Some of you guys don't even get a spot. The fact that you are waiting this long for some mid food, but at the same time, it's a status thing. And I think that's why a lot of people, were getting at Keith Lee for it, because you're messing up the status. Because these things are exclusive, the long wait time, all that stuff. It's just for people to say, oh, I ate there. Oh, yeah, it was all right. But I went there. And to take your little Instagram photos and all that stuff. I mean, hey, I do it too. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm not waiting an hour and a half for some mid food. And don't get me wrong. There's sometimes we waited an hour for some food. And the food turned out amazing. I went to this one food truck when I was out doing events, and it was like, you're gonna wait like 45 minutes for this one chicken sandwich. I'm like, dude, this chicken sandwich better be fucking good. Here's my number. Call me when it's done. I waited 45 minutes. That chicken sandwich was amazing. Well worth everything. The atmosphere that they gave me. The dude was super nice. His mom called me Mijo. I'm like a sucker for that. Just call me that, and I'll feel like I'm at home, And $15 later, paid for a chicken sandwich, got some fat chips and a soda, and I was cool with it. Tipped them $10. Definitely worth it. But there's times where I've waited like an hour for a pizza at one of these local pizza joints, and the pizza was just mid. But everyone's going there because like a famous person went there before, and then they were like, oh my God, this is like really good pizza. There's difference like that. There's hole in the wall restaurants or mom and pop shops that deserve that kind of business, but they don't get it. But yet these restaurants are grateful, or not even grateful, that Keith Lee's like, you know what? I just want to go there. Y'all asked me to go and you just had terrible customer service. Y'all food was just your rules. And there's a bunch of rules over there, which was dumb. It's just mind boggling that like people would wait for like an hour plus just to go eat there, just to have the status quo of, you know what? I want to eat there. And I ate there. So like, yeah, that's me. And just overpaying for food, which is like ridiculous, and it's strange. And one of the ones I kind of want to talk about because like it just bumped me the wrong way was the Real Milk and Honey, which was, there was a restaurant already in Atlanta called the Milk and Honey, which is already shady in itself. But they had, and let's talk about rules, right? House rules. I'm looking at this stuff right now, and I have not seen this at all. So this is like my first kind of experience like showing it to you guys. But let's talk about these house rules. I'm going to tell you this right now. If the first thing I see on the menu says house rules, I'm leaving. It should just be your specials, the food that I'm going to inhale in my fat mouth, and let's just get it on. House rules. These are the exact house rules of the Real Milk and Honey. Let's go right here. We guarantee great food, which I've heard my buddy from Atlanta, what's it called, Robbie, shout out to you. He said, the Milk and Honey, he went there when they were like kind of like on the rise, but he got decent food, and he said they're good food, so we'll give him that for now. But he said, we guarantee great food. Everything else is left to chance. Okay, we really try our hardest though. We really do. What kind of shit is that? We try our hardest. We really do. Everything else is left to chance. That's basically like, yeah, we can just not deal with you if we don't want to. It's that simple. Deal with it, I guess. Go cry about it. I don't know. That just sounds weird. 2, we do not provide individual checks. However, we will allow up to 3 forms of payment. Understandable. This is, you're joking, right? Let me put these on right now. My spectacle glasses, because it says right here 18 gratuity added to parties of 5 or more or checks larger than $75. 18, the automatic? No, I know I'm not reading that right. I've always been the fact of I tip you big if the service was amazing, the food was amazing, the service was amazing. I just felt like I loved it. You're gonna get a 10, possibly a 15 out of me. But if it's like run of the mill, food was all right, service was good, I'll shoot you still a 5. I'm still gonna tip you regardless, but I'm gonna give you 18%. What is 18% of 25? If I'm really that dumb right now, was it like $10? You tell me I have to automatically give you over $10 if it's over $75? That's absurd. That's just off 75. Imagine 18% is crazy. Parties of 5 or more, that's stupid. Number 4, no modifications to any menu items. If you have a food allergy, please choose another item without the allergen. What? So you're just lazy and you just don't want to accommodate, which is the whole point of being in the food service industry. You're supposed to service your customers. That's how you get money. I don't know. Maybe my business mind isn't working that way. Number 5, be nice. Doesn't that kind of contradict rule number 1, which is we guarantee good food. Everything else is left to chance. So I have to be nice, but you can't. That just sounds weird. Says no reservations unless you're Barack Obama. There's exceptions to every rule. Sure, which is true. No table hibernation, 90-minute max. Others have to eat too. I can agree with it. Do what you got to do, right? But sometimes if people are spending mad money there, why are you going to give them a 90-minute wait limit? But then again, that's like an hour and a half to eat your food. If you're just there, I don't know, taking in the ambiance or whatever, you got a problem here. Let's continue. If we prepare your selected item to your menu specifications, we will not remove the item from your bill. Our entrees are not samples. Thanks. Okay, you know what? This is just bougie at this point. No parties larger than 4 on days that end with Y. We're a small place and we get busy. Large groups have hard to accommodate. We do not push tables together. Then why on earth do you even have the parties of 5 from like the third rule? And 10, we have no waiting areas inside. Keep in mind, if on the wait list, you will receive a text when your table is ready. Naps in your car is final. Like, no. And I like I said before, y'all, if there is rules on how to eat at your establishment, I'm getting myself out. I'm gonna go to your. I should have been to a local mom and pop's place and go get some great food there, because this is just absurd. And then not only that, they made a corny ass video to fucking go with it. Like, play the clip, me in the at the editing stage.
Did you see this Keith Lee video about the real milk and honey?
And who is this Keith Lee?
Daddy, you don't know Keith Lee?
Yeah.
No.
That is like that right there is like infuriating to me. Like, the fact that the audacity that motherfucker has to just be like, who is this Keith Lee? And then like his 2 daughters or whatever. And it's kind of funny too, because like, you don't know who this Keith Lee is, but you made a video about him because he made a video about your restaurant and how the weird service you've been putting on him. That's just weird, and that's just me. Just, again, stupid. And of course, they can't say it's too hot, right? You got to make that controversial video, right? But it's like, oh, it was just a joke, right? Because now they can't. The kitchen got too hot for them, because now if you go on their TikTok, all their comments are turned off. That is how I know your opinions are invalid. If you cannot take the heat because of your hot take, and again, if there are people out here trying to defend these things, you can defend them in these comment sections. I'm not going to limit them. I'm not going to turn them off. I'm not going to do nothing, because that's the point of showing an opinion. If you don't like an opinion given brought back to you, I don't know what to say. You should have never said it before. That's all I'm saying. I don't live in Atlanta. I'm just commentating over this. This is just weird. One, why are y'all waiting like an hour for mid food? Second, why would you go to places like this? But again, like I said before, someone has their name slapped on it and they don't care. They're already making money. But at the same time, said this before, I will give Keith Lee a little bit, not to blame, but, a little sprinkle of it, because in his video, he said, I just want to be treated like a normal person. I'm sorry, you are no longer at that equivalent status of like a normal person, Keith. I just think, and I get it, people want to be treated normal, but you're a celebrity now. This is the road that happens when you become a celebrity. You are going to get special treatment, and I get it. And this is why he does the things he does. He tells his family to go there. And what sucks about this stuff is that they're getting threatened. How sad is that? This is about food. You're threatening a dude and his family for food. And the people that are making these weird comments too on these restaurants that they've never been at, just to shoot shade at them, you're weird. Go experience it for yourself. Then shoot the shade, But yeah, this is weird, guys. I'm with Keith Lee on this one. The only thing I have to say on Keith Lee is you're not going to be treated like a normal person anymore, bro. Like, you're going to get the special treatment whether you like it or not. That's the only thing I'm going to say on Keith. But with any of that, guys, I'm going to end it there. What did you guys think? I'm just not fucking with. I'm not fucking with the milk and honey. That's too many rules. A lot of those. I didn't even get to the other people, but I feel like this video has gotten a little too long. With all that saying, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If there's other things you guys want me to like react to, or like just put like my little comments in there, let me know. This is probably gonna be the setup in like December, but till then, guys, we'll get the old setup back, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.